What's up, guys? It's Mark Parson, Cornerback Pro. Today we got some clips from the Philadelphia Eagles versus Julio Jones and the Falcons. So it's the DBs, the Eagles DBs versus Julio. Um, so definitely pay attention. We're gonna get right into it. Make sure you guys email me at cornerbackpro@gmail.com. Ask me for the one-on-one mastery program and everything else. And also I'm gonna leave a link for the film, like I said, wide receiver nation Billy McMullen's film session on Sundays. I'm on there with him. Definitely, if you're serious about getting better and getting the mental aspect of the game and asking me live questions, that was a really cool thing. Cause so far we don't have that many guys on there, so we're answering questions live. So if you got questions live, you definitely need to get on there and learn, especially if you play DB, because we're gonna learn from these receiver coaches and trainers such as Billy McMullen. All right, so let's go. This first clip, this first play, looks like we're in. The cool thing is they're disguising it. It looks like they're in man. You got Malcolm coming up like he's pressed, and then they look like a deep third, so cover three. So I want you to see it. Julio's up at the top, the 5-step drop from under the center. Okay, cool. Now, if you come in, if you're a safety or if you're a nickel, I want to show you something, and I don't remember if the cool thing about being a player under Coach David Gibbs for Houston. Now he's at Texas Tech. He's the DC there, but he was the cornerback. The cornerback. He was actually the DB coach for the Texans, and he taught us some cool things in that nickel. All right, and every other team that I ever played for, they didn't really go into depth when it came to technique for certain things as simple as getting to the flats or curl the flats. So let's see what Malcolm did, especially coming from right here, making it look like we're pressed, reroute, and that's a tough play to make because he's so far inside and he's up. But I just want to tell you guys, it's called an exit angle. So cover three, we're in that nickel. We got our first job is to do what, fellas? So just to show you the strength, the safety's gonna be leaning towards over here, especially since they got Julio over here. But this is the strength of the offense, of the passing strength. Okay. Got our corner down here. Everybody got their third still. Now Malcolm has to help us out. How can he help us out? Reroute. So we reroute this guy right here, meaning he just doesn't get a free go. You want to see a difference. So this guy should be a few yards ahead of this guy because we reroute him. If not, we're gonna kind of feel a little, I would say a little pressure because we have our third. Now obviously since they don't have any threats really over here besides the tight end, the safety can kind of lean over, help us out. But still, you almost want a midpoint. So I've been talking about that. So you're gonna line up inside and make sure you're about 7 to 9 yards off, okay? And we want to kind of midpoint just in case they both go vertical. He's gonna help us out by rerouting. After you reroute, you want to immediately get into this exit angle. So you're gonna start to run just like he did, and then you're gonna flip your hips to get out there. But that's a tough thing to cover since he's playing up like he's pressed. Disguise is very important, as you see. So in the NFL, they want to make it harder for their quarterbacks and the coaches and everybody to read the defenses. Okay. So that's why we disguise. But first, you got to know the basics. You got to know the concepts and why you're in certain coverages. Let's talk about the technique in our cover three. I'm a big fan, so I'm talking from the cornerback perspective. I like that stance, nice and low and ready by the safety, the free. But check this out. I'm a big fan, and a lot of coaches ask this question. Man, I like backpedaling in man coverage, but zone coverage, man, I like coming out of the shuffle technique. So I have videos on the shuffle technique. Because you can read the three, so you can still break up on, short routes. Your hips are already open. Because watch what happens in our cover three. And let's say he's starting from a back pedal. So he's going to have his read steps like he's backpedaling, and then he's going to open up. But watch this on his comeback route. Now, mind you, he has to stay on top of two. So he's looking at two. He's reading 2 to 1, fellas. So you got the, let me go back. So just to let you know, if you're not aware, this is number 1 receiver. This is the number 2 receiver. In your cover three, where should your eyes be? you can read the three. You can read through the. A lot of times we'll say it's through the tackle's head, so you can. If the tackle raises up, most likely it's a pass, right? He's in pass pro. But you get kind of complicated looking through all of that. So you can still read the three step in your cover three in your zone. But as we have more threats out here, the main thing is this: if you get really advanced and good, you can do all of that. But the main thing out here in your zone, like a cover three, a deep third, you're reading 2-1. So if he goes deep and he sits down like a smash concept, let's say he runs this corner, he runs this hitch, you got to be on top of this joker. Now he could be able to help us out, possibly at least if he's going just vertical. But you got to be on top of that. That's why you got to read 2-1. Just give you a heads up. But now technique wise, let's watch Mills right here. You see what I'm saying? So he's like hurrying out of there. But if you're in shuffle technique, you got two shuffles, and then you're kind of already open. You kind of open up and then running, right? Just like I did in my other video. And then when it's time to break, okay, number two receiver's not a threat anymore. We'll be in closer proximity to this play. So I really recommend, if you're a coach watching this, man, if you can learn the shuffle technique, which your two shuffles are your read steps, and then you're kind of opening up and running. Your hips are, and you got to stay low in it, but your hips are open already. You feel more comfortable, especially if you don't have super athletic guys. Man, you're going to come out of this break. You possibly could pick this, even though it's really not your play per se. You just, rally to it, make a play. Because in cover three, you got to stay on top, of everything, basically. But good job by Malcolm rallying into that from that position. I may have to make two videos on this, fellas. May have part two. And then just understand, for the most part, wherever Julio is, because Julio is one of the best. He's one of the best receivers in the NFL. You may have to play safety help over that guy. Like I said in one of the other videos, let's say you're guarding guys man, so you're more of a man coverage type of team. You put sometimes I've seen both ways. I've seen them put I've seen them put their best cover guy on the second, all right, the second best receiver, and the second best cover guy on the best receiver, and just play over top of him have him help, have a safety help over top. So your best cover guy can lock up their second best receiver. I know that's a lot. That's a mouthful. So this is another reason why. Look how immediately we get into our let me watch this one. No, that's man. It's man coverage. So this is where, okay, we're in man coverage. We're playing outside shade. He didn't read the quarterback at all, and he didn't take read steps. So read steps are more, and I always say, if you're not reading a 3-step drop out of a quarterback, whether it's a 3-step or 5-step, you're playing blind. But it also helps us not get into an immediate fast backpedal. Okay? So because you're forced to take those read steps. So you're going to be in closer proximity to the receiver if it is an intermediate route. Okay? Watch this route by Julio first. Okay? So we're outside shade, hopefully. I would play outside shade right here. Possibly. That's not that type of split. It looks like it, but. So let's say we play inside shade. That's cool. Still, you got to take those 2 read steps. So now you're in closer proximity to him, right? Because we're in man right here. Playing off man. And now when it's time to transition, you're not turning this way or that way. You're a little bit closer right here. And then I say if he's even, he's leaving, which means if you turn too late, then if he's beside you, you're turning too late. But right here, so you're in closer proximity to him. Now, if that happens, which it does happen sometimes, like if he ran that post, you head whip, you spin, you do a speed turn, you get on him. But now, since we were kind of further away, he's going to make us turn both ways. Watch this. You see what I'm saying? That was a good job by the cornerback. Okay, it happens, right? Crap happens. Spin, do your speed turn, get your head back around, and then drive towards the receiver. Don't look back for the ball because you're nowhere near him. So it happens. My biggest thing is if you start off the play correctly, that stuff doesn't happen as much. Let's see what we got. All right, we're in zone. So again, I'm just a big advocate, especially in zone coverage, cover 4, cover 3. I posted a Redskins clip with in training camp of cover 4 on GoProFootball.org, and somebody who did it really well was Orlando Scandra. He's with the Chiefs now, but I just I feel like there's no point to go from a back pedal to shuffling out of there. You might as well just starting to shuffle. See, they're just immediately getting out of there. Great job. Now, this wasn't a 3-step, it was a 5-step drop, but it was a drive route. So a drive route is a more longer developing play. And I'm going to show you. So watch, this is like a drive route. So he comes over here and then right here. So it's not a slant. So you're going to see 5-step, but then when you snap your eyes back to the receiver, you're going to notice him running the drive route, and then it's on it. You're on it. So you just drive to the receiver and make a play just like he did. And the more times you see these concepts, that's why I tell you guys, learn route concepts so you can it just becomes second nature to you. 10,000 reps. All right, so watch this play. Cover 3, play action. All right, so what does a play action drop mean to us? Play action, so we talk about 3-step, we talk about 5-step. You also have a quick 5. We haven't really gone over that. But play action means intermediate routes to deep. Okay? So he got the double move. Okay? Now, good job on Mills at the very end. What happens when you're beat, fellas? When you're beat, you do not look back. You sprint and catch back up with him and try to make a play on the ball. So that happens. Now, I want to show you at the very beginning. And the thing about zone, your eyes are going to be inside, especially since Julio was inside of him. But remember this, in cover 3, in man, you're not going to be as fast breaking on a lot of stuff. Okay? You're not going to be as fast breaking on this type of stuff. So, again, I'm sorry. In man, you will be. You'll be tighter to him. Your eyes will be locked on him. So it's a little bit different. I wouldn't say it's like taking more risk, but you got to be more safer in your cover 3. You got to trust this guy, our flat player, to get over there, and then you rally and make a tackle or break up. All right. In cover 3, you cannot do what? You cannot get beat deep. So let's watch it right here. You see what I'm saying? So what they did was they set us up by running like 3 different comebacks and completing them, saying he was playing too soft on it, and now got him. Okay, so we got to make sure. Even Malcolm right here too. All right. Well, I think Malcolm's breaking up on the over route actually. So nah. But us, we gotta stay back. Okay. Can't get sucked in. And some coverages, I'll say cover 3 is probably one of the most simple coverages for us to play. We just got to get used to it. And I say, once you get comfortable at the very beginning, like what technique do I use? Do I backpedal? Do I shuffle out? Do I just open up and run, coach? I'm a shuffle. I like shuffling out of it. I like shuffling. Shuffle technique because you can still read the 3. All right, you can still read the 3. Your hips are already open. Great job. I wonder if they should replay. But and notice that he didn't swipe. He's striking through. All right, great job getting the ball out. But I'm a big shuffle guy. You know what? I think I may do a part 2 on this. Yeah, let's do it. We'll do a part 2. All right, so stay tuned for part 2 of this so we can finish up on it. But a lot of good clips, and I definitely wanted to show you a little zone action because a lot of people are asking us, especially you high school guys. A lot of you just run cover 3, and it's because it's so simple. But for coaches, you can try different things out. It depends on your athlete, right? Because if you got certain athletes, they can just go out there and play man all the time. Cool. But in zone, we used to like where your hips are already open. Naturally you're already looking inside, and you can stay on top of your receivers in the zone. And then it's about making plays. All right. Make sure you guys email me cornerbackpro@gmail.com for the one-on-one mastery program and everything else. Peace.